Phew! Something stinks in Washington. And it's not the tide flats, and it's not the kelp, and it's not the fish, and it's not the tsunami debris. I'll show you in the course of this short vid what stinks in Washington. It's from the Seattle Times. Actually, this is an update because it's the online version, 26th Sunday. Seattle Times, winner of a 2012 Pulitzer Prize. Well, fair enough. They're good. It's not really their fault because every news outlet in Washington has covered this story in the past 10 days. Originally published Friday, August 17, 2012. Decrease in tsunami debris on Washington coast. Really? Okay. Well, I've been sending Quill and Embry out, my Astro Wolves out, to try to sort of dig up or smell out some information as to what's actually happening with the tsunami debris heading for our coast. You can go through my files and have a look at my faves in my vids, and you'll see the video. Oh, actually, I took that particular video down, but I've had a lot to say about Governor Gregoire. The most recent one, and you can find this one, Boots on the Ground. Folks, this is FEMA. Again, it's my video. Have a look at it again. Boots on the Ground. Folks, this is FEMA. Governor Gregoire and company in various other states, and sadly in Canada as well, formulating a plan to put everything having to do with these Japanese tsunami debris under one nasty FEMA-like umbrella. We'll just say it. And ever since that happened, none of us have really caught wind of much of anything about the debris. I'll just start with this short story. The state Ecology Department says there's been a decrease in tsunami debris on Washington beaches. Olympia. The State Ecology Department says there's been a decrease in tsunami debris on Washington beaches. See, I had to say that twice because there's just nothing being said about this, right? The department says this may be due to a change in summer winds, and debris could increase with fall and winter wind patterns. Oh, hang on. This debris is traveling in the contaminated and, in many parts, radioactive Pacific Ocean. Wouldn't that be tidal patterns? The decrease has allowed the department to remove some of the trash bins it placed near beaches. Well, good for them. A few of the bins remain in place in Ocean Shores and Ocean Park and at Grayland State Park. The boxes can be redeployed within 24 hours if necessary. Since early this year, beachcombers and volunteers have been picking up plastic foam, buoys, ropes, and other debris that washed across the Pacific after the March 2011 tsunami in Japan. It sounds a little bit as if it had been a great big picnic they're cleaning up. Information from KBKW AM. Okay, well, I'm really glad if there is a decrease in tsunami debris in Washington because there's just a huge increase in this in Washington. Yep. A lot of hot S blank blank blank. This is from www.photosearch.com. There's the reference number. Royalty-free photos, and you know what that is. This stuff's just piling up in Olympia, Washington, and Gregoire's office, and every place having to do with dissemination of information about the non-existent tsunami debris. Stinks, eh? Blech. Well, the only other information we've had out of Washington was this, and even the Huffington Post covered it. Tsunami debris near Westport, Washington may be Japanese barge. Tuesday, July 24. This was all over the media for about 24 hours and then disappeared. Officials are monitoring a large piece of possible tsunami debris about 25 miles off Washington's coast near Westport. Grays Harbor County Emergency Management Deputy Director Chuck Wallace had told KBKW that it appears to be a barge about 25 by 16 feet that could have been torn away by the March 2011 tsunami in Japan. He noted that NOAA had been tracking the debris along the coast for about a week. Officials don't know when or where it might wash ashore. This was from www.oregonlive.com and through the media outlet KBKW. Well, this was everywhere, and then it vanished. There's not been another word about it. I just found something I wanted to, let's look. Now let's see if I can find what I wanted to show you. Now there's nothing there right now. Oh, this person. This is what. Let's see if we can get there. Somebody called Ziggy Ratschild. Ziggy Ratschild. Sounds like a YouTuber. Had made this comment. Better to sink it while it's still offshore, as once it comes ashore, it will be far more expensive to dismantle. So Ziggy had this comment. I'll give you a sec to read that. And that's maybe what happened. They probably did. They probably torpedoed it. Well, they've certainly torpedoed any information about tsunami debris. Oh, wait. We could always check with NOAA. Tracking marine debris from the Japanese tsunami. http oceanservice.noaa.gov. Update. Ongoing efforts to update and refine computer models with wind speed and ocean current data is leading to a better understanding of how fast tsunami-generated debris may travel across the Pacific. Everyone's being referenced to NOAA's information. This is where you're meant to go if you want to find out where the debris will be. I just scanned through this tonight, and this came out in April. There wasn't much about it. We didn't hear much about this article. But anyway, at this point in time, when they put this up, NOAA was trying to convince us that now the debris could pass or wash ashore in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, sorry David, as early as this winter, approach the west coast of the U.S. and Canada in 2013, and circle back to the main Hawaiian Islands in 2014 through 2016. And this is oceanservice.noaa.gov. What else is NOAA doing? Yeah, well, okay. This came out, here we go, April 2012. Again, there you go. There are those who opine, and it's mostly been Canadian researchers saying it, that much of the debris may be on the ocean bottom, the bottom of the sea. There was a few articles out about that. That too has vanished from the internet. Okay, I call BS. I call horseshit. That's what I call on this, because my sources and my members of my pack, human, two-legged, who live on the Olympic Peninsula, continually tell me about how they and their friends are getting more and more ill, continually tireder and tireder. Remember that the Olympic Peninsula is surrounded on three sides by now increasingly radioactive Pacific Ocean water. It's on three sides, north, west, and east. Seattle's to the east of the Olympic Peninsula. Okay, so here you have Washington State, which is taking the lead on this in terms of media. Decrease in tsunami debris. Well, then why is it that my friend who owns a shop on the peninsula and who's talked to all the locals about this from the outset says that now no one is opening their mouth about tsunami debris, even though a good deal of it's being found near her shop and all along the northern peninsula, Port Angeles, Nia Bay, Swim. As I put up I do have one vid up about the debris has been proven to be in the Strait of Juan de Fuca and no doubt around Puget Sound. So what we have is a decrease in truth and an increase in this. There's no question in my heart when my friend tells me that all the ladies she sees are losing their hair on the peninsula, including herself, that even though TPTB is trying to sell us a load of this and tell us that the debris is decreasing, that's what they want us to believe. But hey, folks, would you buy this? No. Then don't buy that. Two wolves out.